Cardano's ADA has fallen by over 9% since Monday, in line with our expectations and our areas where we were looking to go short. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the technical analysis once again for Cardano's ADA, where I'll be sharing my thoughts and opinions as to where I think that price action is heading. As I get into today's video, if you do find it useful, informative, smash that like button. If you are new to the channel, subscribe, and let's take a look at what's coming on with Cardano. Here we have ADA paired up with USDT. We are on the 1-hour Binance chart here, and you can see that we were looking for the price action to come up into this area of overlap. There were actually 3 areas that we were mainly looking at in the previous technical analysis video that went out. We were talking about this deeper range here, essentially between the 0.382 and the 0.882, so 36.17 to 40.49. We then refined that into this area here between 36.72 and 37.57. Then we said there was also this previous area of resistance that came across here between 36.76 and 32.24. This is where I was saying we were likely to see rejection, and we wanted to go short in here with a stop loss preferably higher than the previous area of interest. We want to target out 1.5 on the risk-reward ratio, which of course played out beautifully here for a fantastic short position for Monday. That trade would have completed out on Tuesday at 1500 UTC. Since then, we obviously moved down further. We lost this interesting range of potential support that we were looking at previously. Basically, it looks like we are on track for another interesting and volatile move for ADA. Let's take a look at this. The previous area of support, as you can see over here, we've lost it, and it's now turning into a bit of resistance. The current structure, to me, looks like we are almost ready for another short opportunity for ADA on these smaller time frames. Now, taking a look at this, we can see some very interesting patterns. I'm going to go ahead and draw this in. We can see a retest of the 50 EMA, 50 SMA potentially here, but I do want to stress that our minimum expectations have already been met. I'm just going to leave that in there for now so you can see this area. This is coming in at 34.39 to 35.57. That there is the area of potential rejection right there on the 50 EMA, 50 SMA areas. We also have a swing high coming in right here that's also interesting at 34.8. Very interesting points. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the structure here from an Elliott wave point of view. Now, Elliott wave, you love it, you hate it, it doesn't really matter to me. It's the way you sit on that spectrum of things. But I do want to stress that it has been eerily accurate when it comes to tracking people's behaviors. Now, I did a whole course, put a whole course together on Elliott wave. It's very complex. I am running 50% off, so do check it out if you're interested and seriously interested in learning Elliott wave. It's 50% off, all linked in the description down below at cheekysehul.com. The course will probably take you a while to do, but it's worth understanding the psychology and the behavior behind it and basically understand these videos in a little bit more detail maybe. So do check that out. So here we can see a very interesting structure point coming in for Cardano. So we want to kind of understand these substructures to start with. So measuring the distances on all this is very important for Cardano, so we're going to go ahead and do this. We can see here that in fact, yes, we've come down aggressively at the moment, coming in at some very interesting kind of levels here for Cardano's ADA. Now, taking a look at this, we haven't yet hit that 1.618, so I want to go ahead and just check to make sure that it's correct here in the thinking. So we have the C wave high here, we have this move coming here, we have a 5-wave drop into this point. So actually it's that structure right there that I'm looking at, and then I want to pull this over to this bounce right here. So yes, the swing high that we're going to use for our reference point here comes in at, let me just check the high is, yeah, the high is 35.7. This is Tuesday at 0400 UTC. So I'm going to go ahead and basically move that down at 35.7. And then you can see down here that our 1.618 happens at 33.33. We've come down so far on Wednesday, 2100 hours UTC, to a low of 33.38. So we haven't yet hit that 1.618. That 1.618 is very important to understand in the overarching structure. Now, in terms of that, it puts us at a very interesting kind of crossroads for ADA. I do think we have another drop coming in here, and I don't think we're necessarily finished with the entire pattern, because I think this is a kind of diagonal-based structure of looking at it, which is really interesting as well. So basically what I mean by that is we have the structure of a 5-wave pattern. I've been through this before, I know, but we have 5 waves, right, coming down. And a lot of people expect that to kind of be 5 waves internally inside, right? So you end up with something that would normally be called 5 waves there, 5 waves there, 5 waves there. It would be a 5, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, right? 5 waves down, 3 waves up, 5 waves down, 3 waves up, 5 waves down, right? 5, 3, 5. They call this an impulsive structure, right? Which is what it is. It's basically how Elliott wave would track a trend. However, sometimes under 5-wave patterns, there are diagonal-based patterns, and these are actually contain 3 wave structures in both directions, right? So you essentially end up with these larger kind of 3-wave patterns appearing in your 1, 3, and 5 structures. So instead of a 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, you end up with a 3, 3, 3, 3, and 3 structure, okay? So 3 down, 3 up, 3 down, 3 up, 3 down. And that's really important to understand these different kind of substructures that occur when it comes to Elliott wave. And when I'm tracking this particular move, to me, it looks like this could be a diagonal-based pattern. The 1.618 is still a very important structure to have, but it looks to me like we still have more volatility to actually go down. So when we take a look, we can see in here, we have potentially 3 waves coming here, okay? We have another 3 waves coming in here that's not yet complete, because I think that's the one running. Inside there, you have the sub-wave of the 3-wave count and so forth, right? And that's the importance of it. So when we start tracking it, it's important that we understand those potential sub-counts and those areas going on. So basically, 33.33 is a warning area for ADA's price action. Now, taking a look at our current structure here, you can see minimum expectations were met, but typically we would be looking for this move to the upside under a 3-wave fashion. Ultimately, this would actually be the idea of not breaching this high at 34.44, okay? And then we can basically see a 3-wave breakdown from this area. So if we have already met minimum expectations, then we could be looking for a move towards 32.89 to 33.13, going down lower than the 33.33, right? If, however, we come up higher and we retest that slightly higher range, then we are actually looking between 33.33 and 33.09. It doesn't look overly strong for Cardano. Now, our momentum is already overbought on this hourly chart. So I'm thinking that we probably have met the minimum expectations and we're going to see reversals here. So the trade idea would be looking for confirmation and to potentially go short here on ADA. If we take market value, the approach would be to try to put the stop loss as close as you can or higher than that previous swing high. So I'll go for a stop loss around 34.44 hypothetically, and then look for 1.5 on the risk-reward ratio, which is going to get you right down here at 33.12. I think that's going to be the play for Cardano on this smaller time frame, because I do think we still have more volatility to be seen before we get a relief rally back up again. I think the next relief rally, though, could be looking more bullish, where we do look to test out and probably try to get above the 50 EMA, 50 SMAs on the 1-hour time frame before we see more rejection. But for now, I think the next trading opportunity is to go short on Cardano's ADA. And talking about trading, Bluefin are at it again. If you're looking for a chance to score some serious USDT rewards, you've come to the right place. Bluefin, the cryptocurrency exchange, is hosting a fantastic promotion where you can grab your share of a massive 100,000 USDT pull. Yes, you heard that right. 100,000 USDT up for grabs. Bluefin is welcoming new users in the best way possible. If you sign up on their platform and start trading, you'll be eligible to get a slice of that 100,000 USDT pull. Imagine diving into trading and getting a chance to get some of that sweet USDT just for being active on the platform. Here's how you can get involved and get in on the action. Step 1. Click the referral link in the description down below to sign up to Bluefin. Step 2. Once you've signed up, you can start trading on the platform. And step 3, by participating in trades, you'll be in the running to claim a part of that 100,000 USDT pull. It's that easy. So don't wait around. If you've been thinking about getting into trading or are looking for a new exchange to try out, now is the perfect time to make your move. Use the link in the description down below to sign up on Bluefin, start trading, and get your chance to bag some of that sweet USDT. Okay, so all the terms and conditions for Bluefin can be found on their website. So go ahead, check it out. Link in the description down below. This is not affiliated with YouTube or Cheeky Crypto. Anyway, this is something that Bluefin are offering to new and existing users of their platform. So go ahead, check it out. As long as you've signed up with our affiliate code in the description, you're going to be eligible for that slice of 100,000 USDT. So check it out. So yeah, basically, I think the next move here is unfortunately a bit more slippage to the downside for ADA. We'll see how that kind of plays out in the next few hours. But that's kind of what I'm thinking. Now, if we roll this up into a daily time frame, I've been through this on many occasions here. You can see that actually this is the short idea that we were running before, right? With the retest of that area, you can see we are looking for a depth of basically 29.07 cents. You can see that this actually would have been a fantastic place to kind of go. We're well in profit on this one already. So in the previous technical analysis video, we were talking about an entry at 36.74 cents, stop loss sat higher at 41.86, and take profit at 29.07. That idea I've left on here and is still running beautifully. We're in pretty decent profit at the moment. So from there, we are actually looking at around 8%. That could have been 8%. And so looking very, very tidy at the moment. And yeah, so for the most part, I've been in and out of trades on Cardano. I think I actually went long on ADA last night. We took profit on that. Looking at that next short opportunity, obviously in and out of trades all the time, right? But this one, if you're not interested in kind of short-term stuff, you want to be like just to set a trade, forget about it for a while, then this one's been playing out beautifully. Now, as I've said many times before, we are in the golden pocket for accumulation. People don't like it because price is always going down or price isn't doing anything interesting, right? So there's a lot of people out there that just don't take advantage of these opportunities as they arise. If you're in the know, then actually you'll be aware that between 42.24 cents and anything lower than 42.24 cents, in fact, is going to be your golden pocket of accumulation. This is what is known as a redistribution area. Sorry, a reaccumulation area, I should say. Okay, this happens after a distribution. Okay, and distribution happened up here at 80 cents. So we know that where we've been is in a really interesting area for Cardano. We've been down here for a while. People don't like to acknowledge it so much, but we actually first tested this out in April. We've come down quite aggressively in August and we're still inside that golden pocket. And as you can kind of see, and I went through this a number of times already, you can see here that I've labeled this up a wave too. Okay, and basically where we are is in the equivalent of this on a much larger scale. Right. So when we had this initial surge in June of 2023, from 22 cents, we had a little run to the upside. A lot of people didn't believe that it was anything meaningful. Okay, you then have this retracement down into this area here for wave 2 and then a fantastic wave 3, a little bit of cooling off for wave 4 and then final distribution happening in wave 5. Right. And so what you've got going on here essentially is that we're on the wave 2. We're on the larger equivalent of that wave 2 right now. And anything lower than 42 cents is your accumulation zone. Okay, so we've had the great run to the upside, right, that no one kind of believed in. Okay, so again, you're still seeing all that kind of FUD circulating. Cardano is dead. Cardano, why anyone's buying it? It's a shitcoin, doesn't do anything. Nothing's built on it. All the kind of usual FUD. The wave one, no one believes in, told you it wasn't going anywhere. 81 cents, it's down to like 30-odd cents that no one wants to believe in it. Right. But what you're actually seeing here is the same equivalent of what happened back here and in 2023. Basically, Cardano had a run to the upside. No one believed that bottom was in. We're going down lower and basically institutions, large whales accumulate. And then you have the big wave 3 and the wave 5. Right. And people that we missed out on all those gains. 300%. Right. Gains. And for the most part, you're seeing the same thing again. This is now fake. Cardano is dead. It's not going anywhere. Right. It doesn't do anything. It's overvalued. Don't know why people are buying Cardano. Right. And then, of course, it's going to happen. It's going to be a big wave 3 and everyone's going to miss the opportunity. And so they start buying at the higher prices. Happens every single time. And it's a psychology. This is why I talk about Elliott wave being such an important tool in understanding whether you believe in it or not. You have to understand the principles that sit underneath it, because those principles, they repeat themselves every single time. And so for Cardano here, we're in short positions right now because we're just taking advantage of the market liquidity that is or isn't there. And what we're seeing here is basically a reaccumulation. If your bags aren't being packed in this range, then I think it's a bit of a foolish move. But of course, I'm no financial advisor. I can't give financial advice. All I can do is share my thoughts and opinions. And we see this time and time again. We had the initial surge from 2020, the calling off into late 2020, and then the fantastic runs to the upside. All we're seeing here is exactly what's happened many times before the run to the upside, the calling off that no one wants to believe in the fantastic rally. Oh, my God, we've missed it. We're going to buy the retracement by the dip the wave for it doesn't actually have all that much more to the upside afterwards. So these things repeat themselves. Elliott wave can track that kind of behavior that repeats itself. And that's the beauty of it. So whether you want to kind of be able to draw it yourself or just want to understand the principles of it, it's very, very interesting. I still target out $5 to $12 on ADA. None of that has changed. Our daily chart is very much in line with everything we've been talking about for quite some time. So ultimately, yeah, business as usual for Cardano. And it's great to see these kind of progressions occurring. Although they might seem bearish at times, it is ultimately progress that is being made. You guys can let me know your thoughts and opinions on all of this down in the comments down below, or join us in our free Discord server. We would love to get your opinions on it. If you found today's video useful, informative, smash that like button if you're new to the channel, subscribe and don't forget to check out Chris's channel just here.